The Commanders return home on a 2-game winning streak to face the Falcons. We'll break down the top matchups we expect to see on Sunday. And cornerback Kendall Fuller is fresh off his first career touchdown. He joins our captain Logan Fletcher to discuss the defensive turnaround. And if Washington wants to keep the wins coming, they're going to have to be stout against the Falcons' run game. We share our keys to keeping the winning streak alive in Week 11. And welcome on into Command Center. Julie Donaldson, Santana and Logan Paulsen, and we hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving and are sitting at home recovering with your bellies all full, getting ready to watch football over the weekend, because that is what Thanksgiving weekend is all about. Santana, if you look at this team, what are you most thankful for, though?
What I'm most thankful for is just seeing us play competitive football this late in the season.
Yeah.
I think one of the things you have to look into some of the things that went off this off season or off the field and now leading into the season, and we're still going through things every week off the field. The team has stayed resilient and went out there and played every week like it was their last. So hats off to the coaching staff for keeping these guys grounded.
It's what's important, not interesting, right? There's a lot of interesting things around this team. It's what's important.
Yeah, for me, it's all the young guys getting better. That was another thing I'm really excited about. And it's great to see that, because I think it's really coincided with them playing good football as well.
Well, like Coach built it that way, right?
Yeah.
It has taken some patience, because you got to be able to have the time, the reps, the experience to grow, and that's what this team is doing. Well, this Sunday, the Commanders, they will take on the Falcons as they are coming off a 27-24 victory over the Bears. Despite being 5-6, the ATL is just a half game behind the first place Tampa Bay in the NFC South. And if Washington needed any extra motivation this week, the Falcons are just a game behind the Commanders in the NFC playoff picture and would have the tiebreaker over Washington with a win Sunday. So here's a look at how the two teams stack up so far this season. The Falcons have the slight edge on offense, averaging 4 more points than Washington a game this season, but defensively, Washington has the edge, holding their opponents to just over 20 points per game, which is 12th best in the league.
I try and make every game the same. I think that's how we play well. But again, I've been on teams where you get to this part of the season and you're already out of the playoffs, and it's not fun. You come to work every day and you're kind of wondering, why am I here? If we win, it doesn't really matter. So to be in this position, it's really fun. The guys are excited about it, and anytime you're in the playoff race and you're you kind of control your own destiny, it's really fun. So the guys are really juiced about that.
I think Cordero is a heck of a football player, and when he gets the football in his hands, he's a dynamic guy that we've got to account for. I think Mariota poses the threat of quarterback mobility, and so we've got to be able to handle that as well. And they are a very, as I said earlier, a dynamic running team that we have to be able to contain and try to limit as much as possible, just because they are a play action team as well.
I just like helping the team win any way we can. I think for us, we want to get as many stops as we can, get the ball back for the offense. We're looking for turnovers all the time. We've generated more recently, and that's a good thing. But at the end of the day, it's like, how can we put together a plan to slow down the other team and give the ball back to our offense?
Time to go inside the matchup presented by FanDuel. This fantasy football season, get more ways to win with FanDuel. So let's get into some specific matchups that these two are going to be looking for to see how they play out on game day. I think so far you guys have really kind of grasped what's going to be important and what you really know.
I mean, I thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, that's what we're here for.
Good job, buddy.
That's what we're here for. And so in this game, look, we've got defensive coordinator Jack Del Rio, that his defense is absolutely playing outstanding. The way that they have got just really come together. They have Cordero Patterson, and man, on offense he can get it done, and on special teams, let's not mind that, he can get it done. What are you looking for in here, Logan?
Well, I think obviously he's a very skilled athlete, and I think the thing that's been crazy, we were talking about this at the break, is like he was a receiver, but he's much better as a running back, and he is a way for them to cultivate big plays in an offense that is centered around running the football. He runs a 4-3, that shows up big time when they're running the football. So They line him up at receiver sometimes. They find ways to get him bubble screens. All that stuff's a part of his game. But if they're looking for a big play, he's the guy that's going to get it to him, especially with Pitts out of the game.
Yeah, we were just talking about it, 10 football seasons in, this guy's still running, with
Fast.
some of the best of them, and 200 pounds plus. So, I mean, he's one of those guys. He's a force. He was the force last time we saw this guy. He's been a force all this season long, both on the offensive side and special teams. I think our special teams are starting to come around, so we have to make sure that we contain this guy big time.
Yeah, special teams, don't let him gain any yards on the ground, because if he can shake loose, he certainly will, and good luck trying to catch up with him as well, still getting it done. And the big thing, too, is I think Del Rio has really been able to take away the best player so far on offense, and so he's the guy you've got to be able to take away this week. Meanwhile, Marcus Mariota, somebody who gets it done with his legs and his arm, but Santana, what is the challenge that he presents?
I think one of the things you have to look at, our defense has been strong, man, for the last umpteen weeks. I'm going to say that. You know what I mean? They find a way to, contain the guys in the backfield in the run game, and they find a way to be consistent in the passing game. Mariota, he's a threat in both the pass game and the run game, but I would say more so in the run game. When things are not going his way and he can't see it, he's like that jump shooter that really doesn't have one. You know what I mean? He's like that basketball player that doesn't have a jump shot. He's going to take that layup every now and then, and the layup is with his feet. So we have to make sure we contain this guy. Last time we played a guy like this was Justin Fields. We had things locked down on the outside, and guess what he did? He found a way to keep the game interesting. So we have to make sure, and knowing that he's going to try to keep the game interesting with his feet.
And last week, I think he had like 10 rush attempts in the game as well. So
10
they
or
are
13,
going to look to, I think a couple of them were taken backward, but still, they will look to draw up plays where he can use his legs. You do have to attest for that. But should he throw the ball, they have rookie Drake London, and Drake's doing some really great things. What does the secondary need to do to cover and attend for him?
Yeah, well, I think he's he's one of the best receivers. He was my number one rated receiver in this last year's draft because he's big, he's fast, he's physical, he blocks, he does everything you like to see at the receiver position, and then he catches the ball at a really high level. So I think with Kyle Pitts out, someone's got to take all those touches. It's probably going to be Drake London. He's 6'4", 215 pounds, and he's kind of a tough matchup. He's very kind of basketball quick, kind of got that crossover footwork, and again, that's going to be really challenging, especially we don't know right now if Benjamin St-Juste is going to play, and that's the guy you'd say would match up with him, so it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, St-Juste is so important to that secondary, but if he's questionable, you don't want him to go out there and make any injury potentially worse at all either. But that secondary's been playing pretty lock and shut down defense as well. So there you go. Those are the matchups you need to look out for on Sunday.
Brandon Cooks slides up to the top portion of your screen.
I don't know why, but a couple of weeks ago, I remember thinking that, dang, I haven't scored yet. So.
And in that direction, it's intercepted. He was throwing for Cooks, but Kendall Fuller has a takeaway, and that's a Commanders touchdown.
Definitely fun to cross that off the list and just to, set the tempo of the game for the team.
Last Sunday against the Texans, cornerback Kendall Fuller got the scoring started with a 37-yard pick six in the first quarter. It was the first touchdown of his career and the team's first interception return for a TD since Bobby McCain's touchdown in Week 18 of last season. Kendall caught up with our captain, Fletcher, after practice.
We're here with Kendall Fuller, the man who got things started, got the party started for us against the Houston Texans. How did it feel to finally get that first career interception?
It felt good to get that. To get in the end zone, man, felt good. Mainly just to set the tempo for the defense, for the team. Anytime you can put points on the board, especially on defense, that's always big. Always going to help your chances of winning.
Yeah, even going into that ball game, you have been playing lights out, and I was looking at the stats prior to that game, and I was like, man, you had only allowed 2 receptions for 12 yards going into that game, and then you get that pick six. What has really been the difference in your play lately?
I think just always just staying with it. That's sometimes you go through that during the season where you put in the work in, and sometimes it's not showing how you want it to, but you just keep on putting your head down, keep on working, and keep on adjusting, knowing your strengths, your weaknesses. You always work on both, and eventually trusting that it'll come. And I think that's what it's been doing, and something that I got to keep on building on and finish out the year strong.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this: did you keep the ball?
Oh, yeah, got to keep the ball. So first time getting in the end zone, you got to keep it.
All right, lately, as we look at your defense and your defensive back in general, you guys have held 6 out of the last 7 opponents to under 200 yards passing. Collectively, what has been the difference between the start of the season and now?
Like I said, I think it's just keep on building. I remember just having so many DCs. They always talk about early in the season, you always learn, you always pick up on things, you always learn the flavor of offenses for this year and things like that. So you just build, you learn, and you just start coming together as a group. And I think everybody right now, we got so many guys that are just using their strengths well. Coaches are putting them in positions to play to their strengths and things like that. So everybody's playing at a high level. We're all clicking. And, just D-line's hunting. So we're all working together, man, trying to make plays.
Speaking of the D-line, I wanted to talk about those guys. Another great performance by them, 5 sacks against the Texans. What's it like for you guys to be able to play behind that group and what they bring to the game?
Yeah, it's a lot, man. And, we love it, just the dominance that they have. And our biggest thing is I always tell people, like, when we're out there covering, it makes them easier to get a sack. When they're rushing the quarterback like that, it makes it easier for us to get turnovers and things like that. So we want to have tight coverage for them so they can go out there and hunt and eat and get the ball out of the quarterback's hands so we can go out there and make plays on the ball.
Got another big challenge this weekend against the Atlanta Falcons. You guys faced them last year and ended up beating them in Atlanta. You had an opportunity to go against them a year ago, but with a different quarterback. Yeah. What's it like having already faced them and then the challenge of playing with Marcus Mariota?
Yeah, I think it's mainly just kind of having an understanding of the personnel, of the players that they have, and then now you're just studying their offense, the things they're doing this year. Their tendencies and stuff like that they're having this year, the ways they're trying to give different guys the ball. So definitely having an understanding of the personnel, but now trying to understand who they are as an offense this year, because each and every year offenses change and things like that. So it's definitely going to be fun, man, and we're out here just trying to prepare and put the work in to win on Sunday.
Yeah. Speaking of their personnel, last year, Cordell Patterson, he did most of his damage receiving, had 3 receiving touchdowns. This year, they've been focusing more on getting him the ball as a running back. What is it like going against a player who's as versatile as a Cordell Patterson?
Yeah, I think a guy like him, all 11 guys got to be tuned in. You can't leave it on one guy. Everybody got to hunt. And that's what, as an offense, that's what you want a guy. You want a guy to where, like, you need all 11 guys to stop him. And, that's the fun thing for a defense, because we all count on one another. And we all count on each and every person doing their job and getting their job done. So as a group, we just got to tune in and go out and stop them.
All right, man. We appreciate you joining us. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, sir.
Look forward to seeing you guys play on Sunday against the Falcons.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Game day details are delivered by Paisanos, where you get buy one, get one large pizzas on Commanders game day and free toppings for extra points on Monday. Order online at paisanospizza.com. The Commanders will take on the Falcons at FedExField on Sunday with a kickoff scheduled for 1 p.m. Washington leads the all-time series against Atlanta, including a win in their most recent meeting last season. You can watch the game on Fox, or if radio is your thing, you can catch Bram Weinstein, London Fletcher, and myself on Big 100 or streaming on the iHeartRadio app. Coming up, Washington's ground game has hit their stride as of late. We send Logan and Santana into the film room to break down how Scott Turner is keeping defenses on their toes. This season, we are celebrating 90 with Dominion National. The last time Washington faced the Atlanta Falcons was Week 4 of last season. Washington's offense put up an impressive 412 yards as quarterback Taylor Heineke threw 3 touchdown passes, including a pair to Terry McLaurin. Washington scored 2 touchdowns in the game's final 4 minutes to give them the 34-30 victory over the Falcons. Now, if you want to find a reason for Washington's success as of late, it's hard not to pay notice to what they're able to do on the ground. Last week against Houston, they rushed for 153 yards, their second highest rushing total of the season. And in 6 of their last 8 games, they've eclipsed the 100 rushing yard mark. And so why are they having so much success in the ground game? Well, let's go to Logan and Santana inside the film room. This is presented by Amino. It pays to be healthy.
Julie, thanks so much. Tana, I'm super excited to be talking about duo and how this team is running duo and why it's an effective run for this group. Now, let's get into it. So first off, I love this kind of starting point here. They line the tight end up to the left. The defense sets their strength to the left. See this Sam linebacker on the ball? He's going to go here. The strength of the defense is over here. The linebackers are here. They think you're going to run the football to the offensive left, right?
Exactly.
So,
which would be the front side.
Front side of the right. And you pointed this out earlier. You got Terry
Tight
McLaurin,
end
the X
backside.
on the backside, right? Mm-hmm. But then you bring another motion guy over. You bring the other tight end over. Right now, this is how teams normally run duo. They say we're going to double team with these guys here, kick out here, double team here. Let's draw it up here. Double team here, and they're going to kick out here on the front side, right? That's how you normally run it. But look where these linebackers are, Tana. there's no place to run it. They're going to run right downhill, hit you right in the mouth, right? And the angles off these double teams are not good, right? Because you got to go back out. You got to go back out, right? So what I love what Scott's doing, Tana, is he's saying, let's get to duo in a different way.
Yeah.
Let's bring this guy back across the ball, have the same kick-out block here, right? Same kick-out block, and we're going to wrap this guy up for the Sam linebacker and let these guys double team, get nasty here, back. Love it, right? They're just switching the strength of the run without having to do anything formationally, right? So let's check it out. What do you think? Here we go, back across, boom, boom. See it there? A couple other things I want to point out, Tana. You pointed this out to me.
Yeah.
Is this ball fake here? What do you think about this ball fake?
The ball fake is so vital because everyone sees this heavy front side look when it comes to the tight ends and everybody.
Right.
So any defensive coordinator or any defensive linebacker will be saying, hey, they come in here.
Yeah.
And then the quarterback sticks it out here.
Yeah.
So you have no other reason but to step up.
Yes.
And then the running back takes the ball on the backside and finds his way back to the front side.
Yes.
I mean, man,
And
it's like the best
and I'm sure
run fake and run you can never expect.
And I'm sure Houston thinks, oh, man, we got him here. We're running a run stunt into the teeth of the run. But this is the great thing about duo, Tana. The back can go wherever they want. And what is your favorite thing about Brian Robinson?
One of the things, he finds the hole.
Yeah, he finds the hole.
He finds the hole, and that's one of the things he just did here. He got the ball, and he understood, hey, backside, that's the cut.
Yeah, because this run is designed to hit front side A gaps. And so based on the tight end over here, this is where it's supposed to go. He says, oh, wait, you outplayed this? Let me get it back here. And look at all this green grass, Tana. That's him elevating the run.
Get somebody. Get somebody.
Who are you talking to right there?
Donaldson,
yeah, go get him, right? Find somebody, find some work, right? But that's one way they run the run, and they run this run a ton. Here's the same thing. Both tight ends over here, right? Both tight ends here, same motion back across. Look at the linebackers where they are. They're thinking this way, and then we go back across the formation with the kick out by Cole here, kick out. And then Bates is going to do a good job of leading up on the linebacker. But look, he's got plenty of time, right? Because that linebacker had to track in motion across the formation, kick him out, get nasty here, bow. And then what about that cut, Tana? What about that cut?
The cut was everything, but more than the cut, it was just the blocking.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we knew they was going to fake front side and find his way back here.
Yeah.
Last time he did this, everything was on this side. Now he has the perfect hole. But the perfect hole wasn't so perfect when the other defender showed up and he made the right cut to get out of it.
You see Cosby here getting stuck a little bit on this double team, right? And there ends up being a guy free in the hole, and Robinson, again, elevates the run. But this is the great thing about duo, Tana. You get double teams on the front side. You get two tight ends to the front side, and you let the back say, hey, basically go find it, right? Like a kick returner, right?
Yeah.
And you know something about that.
Find your way out of it.
Yeah, find your way out of it, right? And that, again, is great job by him. And finding a run that speaks to your skill set.
I'm going to get on my receivers a little bit.
Get on your receivers. Here's the same thing.
Find somebody.
And this is maybe a better version of it, right? Because everyone gets their hat on hat. The last time was a little bit muddy. Kick out on the front side. Our guys on the ground. But, hey, holding the point there, right? Bates kicking this guy out. Logan Thomas, hey, this is what you want Jahan to do here. Find work on the second level. And look at that crease there.
Yeah.
Look at that hole. And, again, the same version of the run, 3 different personnels. I love what this is doing to elevate the run game. Man, I can't wait to see the new wrinkles they got coming up for Atlanta.
For more film breakdown, make sure to tune into NBC on Saturday. Starting at 7 p.m., we hit the film room with Coach Ron Rivera as he gets the team prepared for Atlanta on Command Center. Coach commands with Ron Rivera. Then at 7:30, quarterback Taylor Heineke joins the Players Club. If you miss it, you can catch both shows on our team website and YouTube channel. Now coming up, the Commanders will have to keep the Falcons' run game in check if they want to keep their winning streak going. We'll be back with our keys to a victory next. Time for our keys to winning, presented by the Maryland Lottery. Play fast, win fast with fast play games from the Maryland Lottery. And what are the keys to getting a win on Sunday against the Falcons? Their third in a row. Logan, Santana, give them to us.
Yeah, Julie, Santana, I think it's stop the run. There is no team in the NFL that I think identifies more with running the football with their running backs than Atlanta. They're going to run outside zone. This is a version of the Tennessee offense with Arthur Smith. They're going to run the football first, they're going to run it second, they're running it third, and they might even run it a fourth time with their quarterback. So if you can stop them, they are not equipped, they are not built to beat you on third down. So that to me is the number one thing for this game.
And I'm with you with that, Logan. And I also believe that our defense has to continue to get off the field on third
absolutely.
down. They've been doing a tremendous job all year long getting off the field on third down. But as you say, they have to stop the run. Not only from the running back, that quarterback is a threat.
Yeah.
Mariota will find a way to get active with his feet. So we have to make sure we contain the run game with him and with the running back.
Yeah, it's like almost like you need to earn the right to rush the passer on third down by being excellent on first and second down, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so the other thing is be patient offensively. Don't force things. And what I mean by that is the defensive coordinator for Atlanta seems to be kind of playing a more conservative style. Softer zones, deep coverage, giving you underneath stuff, trying to take away the big play, and they've done an excellent job of that. Basically, they say you can't go 15 plays and score. This team has shown they can do that. That's going to be a huge thing. Taylor, be patient, man. Don't force it where it's not ready.
Well, you know I'm superstitious, so I'm going to say it. Just because I don't have it up here don't mean I'm not going to say it. They must.
What, Tanner?
What? They must win the turnover battle.
Love it. Yes.
So we have to do that.
Excellent.
But I will say this also. We have to continue to control the clock on the offensive side.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that's been great is how we've slowed the game down
Yes.
on the offensive side. 40 runs last week. I think another 30-something plus the week before.
Yep.
Continue to feed those two-headed monsters. Continue to control the clock. Don't ask the Taylor to do too much in the passing game, and we should find our way to victory.
Yeah, because it also helps the defense, right, Tanner? That's
Exactly.
that's another thing. So, and this is another one. Be ready for the wrinkles on defense. And what I mean is the defensive coordinator for Atlanta, he kind of changes his game plan up. Against Tampa Bay, they're blitzing a lot. Against Carolina, they're playing soft coverage. And then in that soft coverage, they're running really weird cover 2 invert with pressure, which nobody runs that anymore. So, right? So for him to be throwing that out there, I think is really interesting. Be ready for those wrinkles. Be ready for those kind of nuanced things he does. Julie, excited for the game. How about you?
I'm ready to go. I feel prepped, I feel ready, and we're going to go get 3 wins in a row. Hey, everybody. We hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thanks for spending some time with us. For Logan and Santana, I'm Julie. We'll see you next week.